Go ahead and begin. Thanks for being here. We'll start in mountain pose. Just make your way up to the top of your mat. Take your time, no rush as you just prepare for your practice. Find standing. And as you make your way here, just notice the ground beneath you. Creating a strong foundation for yourself. And as you make this connection, also connect with your breath. Perhaps just slow, steady breaths just to bring awareness to your breathing. A reminder that you are breathing. Let that breath guide you inward. So you can be fully present, fully aware. Let's deepen this connection by bringing a little bit more energy to the breath. All you really need to do is just breathe in slowly. Take a long breath in, and as you breathe in, just feel your breath rising upward to fill your lungs. Followed by a slow and controlled exhale. And if you're able, draw your navel inward towards your spine. Just a light engagement in your center body, connecting. Again, as you breathe in, just feel breath rising upward to fill up your lungs. You might even feel your spine get a little longer. Exhale, connect to your center, draw your navel inward towards your spine, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. This is the abdominal lock, Uddiyana Bandha. Let this breath guide you through your practice today. We'll be doing a series of forward folds. Forward folds. We'll talk more about the benefit physically of the forward fold, as well as the energetic benefit. Let's take 3 more breaths here as we now prepare our bodies to move. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms all the way up. Treat it like a nice stretch. And take your time as you move here. As you exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and just guide your way down. Maybe your hands will land at your shins. Maybe just bend your knees more to touch your toes. Then inhale, slide your hands up to your shins to extend your spine. Feel it extend, get it long and flat like a table. Exhale, fold again, more bend in the knees perhaps. Feel the roundedness in your back body. And again, maybe touching your toes, but you can certainly modify the posture. Your hands might be resting on your shins or knees. So this is our first forward fold. And just notice the sensations in your body. The curvature of the spine. Kind of even the heaviness of the upper body, shoulders, head, and neck. And with that heaviness and looseness, perhaps, you roll your shoulders a few times, some circling, gentle movement in your head and neck. Yes, even a little sway of your upper body, left and right, if that feels okay. And of course, that stretch sensation down through the backs of your legs. Forward fold, sometimes called intense forward bend. Intense forward bend. Just get ready to stand. You'll shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, feel like you're about to sit down into a chair. Lengthen through the spine, even extend your arms out to the side. And an inhale to stand up tall, yes, reaching into the air. And exhale, you can bring your hands to your heart or bring your arms down to your side. We'll just pause here for a breath or two, keeping this connection. Let's go through that same sequence again. Whenever you're ready, inhale to sweep the arms out and up, the lengthening through the sides of your body. And exhale, let's fold forward. A good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees. Take your time. Make your way down. A partial fold or a full forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees and extend your spine. Feel the crown of your head lead forward. Exhale, back down we go. Forward fold. Just a pause, just to experience the sensation. And then now your weight shift back into your heels. Bend your knees. And let's inhale, reverse the swan dive. Yes, and come all the way up. Get nice and tall here. Exhale, hands to heart or arms to your side. Wonderful. That's our half salute to the sun. Reconnect with breath. And we'll continue with our sun salutations. Whenever you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Lengthening, getting tall. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward. A good bend in your knees. Make your way down towards toes. Inhale, rise up halfway or monkey pose, that long flat back. This exhale, fold and bend low enough to bring your hands to the floor in front. You'll walk or step or even jump both feet back into plank pose, your high push-up position. Hold there for a moment, maybe just a good breath to build strength. Feel the strength in your body. Your next inhale is a preparation to move. Exhale, bend your knees a little to send your hips, yes, up into the air, just guiding yourself into downward facing dog. Perfect. Yeah, just arrange your feet and your hands on your mat so you can, yes, fully arrive in the posture and you feel good in the posture. You can just hold here or add movement here, getting into your calves, your toes. Feel your knees bend. Your hips might even shift side to side. Good. Prepare your body to move. A nice full breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step or hop. Both feet return to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, just rise up halfway. Good extension of the spine. Exhale, fold. Then your weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Grow tall, reaching into the air. Let's keep it moving. This exhale, take chair pose, Utkatasana. A little weight shift back into the hips and heels, outstretched arms, which may help with your balance. Pause and breathe. Let's get ready to move. Breathing in first. And the exhale, diving out of your seat, back down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening up halfway, that flat back like a table. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor. Hop or step back into plank pose. Again, another pause just to tap into your internal strength. This next exhale, you can just take that same shortcut to down dog or finish your push-up with the exhale, bending your elbows, lowering your way down. There it is, Chaturanga Dandasana. And inhale to a back bend. It might be a low cobra or upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Arrive in the posture. Yeah, make your adjustments with feet and hands. Let's go for our lunge. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reaching back, strong. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Once you've landed, turn your left heel to the floor behind you. Nice solid grounding. Then inhale, hinge from hips, rising up, reaching into the air. Nice opening. And exhale, hinge and fold. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat. We'll step back into plank pose. Pause. Finishing the sequence as you'd like. You might even bring knees to the floor first, then chest if you're going through that full sequence. Your back bend might be a low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Modifying as you need to, taking your time, going in slow motion. Once you're in downward facing dog, and inhale to extend left leg up, reaching back, finding the wall behind you. Exhale, stepping through. Yes, left foot to the top of the mat. Take your time. Right heel will turn to the floor. Find that center. Hands will be light so you can easily hinge from hips. Rising up, reaching into the air. Yes. Exhale, fold. Right back down we go. Plant the hands and slide the left foot back to meet the other. And again, finishing the sequence as you'd like. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We're going to do another lunge sequence here. So whenever you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up. Let's hold it for a moment so you can just feel that nice extension. Reach, yes. And let's open the hips. So bend your knee, bring your heel down towards your backside, a slight lift of the knee into the air so you feel that opening of the hip towards the right side of the room. Yes, breathe in. And your exhale to unwind and step through. Back to a warrior one. Take your time. Your left heel plants into the earth. Hinge from hips rising up. Warrior one. Exhale, opening to the left side of the room. Warrior two. Yes. Arriving in the posture. Then side angle pose, reaching out over the right leg to angle the upper half of the body. And you'll rotate the arms. So your right arm or hand will reach downward. You might be low enough to touch the ground or even bring in a block or a prop. Or you might be high up like I am, where your hand or arm might even be on the thigh. A couple more breaths as you feel this nice opening through the chest, as well as the hips. You're breathing in. And the exhale, carefully turning, folding, bring the hands down to the floor, stepping back into plank pose. Go through the vinyasa as it feels best for you. Okay, chaturanga dandasana, you could bring knees to the floor first. Inhale to a back bend, cobra or up dog. Now follow me, we're going to add a pose. With the exhale, move into child's pose. So you're going to sit back. We'll hold here for a few breaths and make this an active posture so it feels like you're really reaching forward out towards the front edge of your mat while your hips are reaching back to the back edge of your mat. They might even be coming down towards your heels. Okay? So another forward bend. Okay? Breathe in, fill up your back body. Exhale, connect to your front body. Navel draws in towards spine. Take 2 more breaths like that. Filling the back body, connecting to front body. Then you'll slowly transition to down dog. So you might first just rise up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, then lift knees and hips into your downward facing dog. Stepping into place. Then the other side, an inhale to extend left leg up, hold on the exhale and just feel the body get a little extra long. Reaching back through the foot, hands root into the earth. Let's open the hip here. Yeah, bend the knee, a little lift of the knee, hip opener. Good, nice strength there. Breathing in. And the exhale to unwind so you can step through back to our warrior one. So left foot near left hand. Right heel will turn to the floor, find your center again, hinging from hips, rising up. And our exhale will open it to a warrior two. Stepping into place, adjust your feet. Maybe a little bit more distance between the feet if you'd like. Feel tall in the torso, strong outstretched arms. Then follow the left arm forward, angled upper body, rotating here into your side angle pose. Staying up high or going down low or somewhere in between. Make sure there's breath. Filling up these newly opened spaces. Yes. Here we go. Breathing in, getting ready to move. On our exhale, a careful turn and fold, hands to the floor, stepping back, plank pose. We're going to do that exact same little sequence. So chaturanga dandasana in the way that feels best for you at this moment. A back bend of choice, up dog or cobra. And let's add the child's pose. So the exhale to sit back. You might even take the knees a little wider, sitting back. Now, if the hips don't make it all the way down to the heels, that's okay. There might be some space between them. That's fine. You can still lengthen and reach. Feel this lengthening through the sides of the body, awareness of your shoulders. And that same breathing effort, breathing into back body, filling it up. Exhale to low belly. 2 more breaths like this. And just a reminder, you can always come to a child's pose, even if it's not part of the practice or sequencing. But if you need a little rest or reconnection, come to child's pose. And your same maneuver to down dog, maybe rising up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, and lift your knees and hips downward facing. Nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat into your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up or just a good extension of spine. Exhale, back down we go. weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, get very tall, reach high. Exhale, bring your arms to your side. Very nice. Okay, shake this out, just getting the body moving a little bit, blood flowing. And we'll get set up for a tree pose, just a little balancing. Okay? So being sure you're standing on 2 feet with the balance between the feet. Start shifting your weight into your right foot, root into the floor. Yeah. And inhale to feel tall and lengthened. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, core connection, belly in. We'll peel the left foot up off the floor, lifting the foot. Pause here for a second. Maybe flex the foot so your thigh is parallel to the floor and there's an active leg. Then you're going to swing the leg out to the side or even just the corner of the room, and then placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. You can be really low. Today I'm going to bring my toes to the floor. And then you can inhale, bring the arms all the way up, reach high. They could be straight up, they can be out at an angle. Even feel free to bend the elbows. Here's another thing you can play with or try. If you want to try to bring this foot to inner leg, it's like the inner thigh, but it won't stay there, hold on to it. Use one hand and just hold on to it while the other hand is in the air. That certainly takes some balance. Okay. Good. Keep the arms as they are. We'll swing that left knee forward, lifting so thighs parallel to the floor, and then reconnect to the ground with the foot. Arms return to your side, balancing on 2 feet. Yeah, shake all that out. Good job, yeah. Reconnecting whenever you're ready, no rush. Find the breath. And our slow shift of weight to left foot as we root into the earth. Inhale, get tall, lifted. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, core connected, so it gets us ready for that balance. We'll peel the right foot up off the floor, and that's about as high as my leg will go. Okay. Flexing the foot so the thigh is parallel to the floor. We're swinging it out to the side. Foot to the inside of the leg, maybe at the calf below the knee, or holding on to the ankle to bring foot to inner thigh, or use the floor for a little extra support. Inhale, take the arms up, feel lifted into the air. Breathe. Find something to focus on out in front of you or even down near the floor or on the floor. Well done. Keep arms extended. We'll swing that right knee forward, lifting knee with a flexed foot. Now plant the foot into the earth. Arms return to your side. Yeah, and again, shake all that out. Okay, we're going to do a forward fold sequence here, and just do your best with this. So we're going to inhale, get very tall, reach up, big stretch. Exhale, swan dive. Bend the knees, make your way down towards toes. So just a regular forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. Slide the hands up to the shins or knees, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. And just hold here and just notice where you are, how this feels. Maybe your fingertips already touch the ground. Maybe your hands are at your shins or ankles. Maybe you have a good bend in the knees. It's all good. Okay? So this is kind of a typical forward fold that we do. Nice stretch for the hamstrings and that nice curvature and stretch actually through the whole back. Here's our next one. Inhale, slide your hands back up to the shins or knees. Re-extend the spine. This exhale, fold. Maybe bend the knees more. You're going to make peace fingers, okay? Middle and index fingers. Lift your toes so you can loop the peace fingers around the big toes if you're able. Once you've got them, you're going to inhale, try to extend your spine. Try to come forward while you still got a hold of the toes. Exhale, fold. Okay, so it's almost like you're a little tug of the toes to draw you downward. Not too forcefully. Okay? And even a little weight shift forward. Yes, you'll be kind of on your fingers there, but just a slight weight or shift forward. There you go. Notice what this feels like in the shoulders, upper back, low back. Modify or pause if you need to. Okay? Here's the next one. Release the toes. Inhale, slide hands back up to the shins or knees. Re-extend the spine. Exhale, here we go, all the way down. This time, we're going to gorilla pose. With this one, you're going to slide your whole palm up. I can only do one hand. Okay? I'm going to slide my whole palm underneath my right foot here. So the toes are right up at the wrist. So you're standing on your hands. Yes. Okay. And then as you're able, another inhale to lengthen through the spine like you're trying to come forward, okay, but you still are trapped underneath your own feet. Exhale, fold. Very nice. That same kind of moving forward and downward at the same time. And as you're able, feel your hips lift up into the air. Yeah, your hips. One more breath. And then weight shift into the heels so you can remove the hands. More weight into the heels, bend your knees, extend the spine, take the arms out to the side. Let's stand up, reach up. Let's stay in our extended mountain pose for a couple breaths. Reach up so we can re-lengthen through the spine, get all that bend out of the back. Good lengthening here. Okay, I'm just going to keep it moving. Breathe in. Exhale, take chair pose. Doesn't have to be a deep seat. Breathe in again. And exhale, dive out of the seat. Back down to forward fold. Modify that if you'd like to. Monkey pose. Inhale, slide the hands up the legs, flat back. Exhale, down to the floor with the palms. Walk, step, or hop. Both feet back, plank pose. Shortcut or a full vinyasa all the way through to downward facing dog. Okay? Just a regular flow there. You can put in that child's pose if you'd like. We're just meeting in downward facing dog here. Wonderful. Okay? Nice flow whenever you're ready to move. And inhale to extend right leg up, bend and twist open. Just a quick one. We're going to unwind it, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. It's warrior one. I might be giving fast instruction, but go at your own pace. Rising when you're ready. Warrior one. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Yeah, settle in. Okay. Let's reverse the warrior here. So right palm will flip up, reach up into the air. Your left hand might be on your hip, just for a little support. You might just be resting down by your side along the left leg if you'd like. Nice reach, yes. Opening and lengthening through the right side of the body. Okay, breathing and getting ready to move here. With the exhale, just a big windmill to bring the hands all the way down to the floor in front. Step back, plank pose. Come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to add the child's pose here. Up dog or cobra. Exhale into child's pose. Just a quick one. So just kind of an active stretch and lengthening in the child's pose. And then right back up onto hands and knees, tuck toes, hips into the sky. Downward facing dog. As you arrive in down dog, really allow or intend to extend the spine. A little bit more. Then when you're ready, and inhale to extend left leg up, bend and twist open. There we are. We'll unwind it here to step through to the top of the mat, ready for your warrior one. Right heel will turn to the ground. Inhale, float your way up. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Feeling strong and solid in your pose, and then we'll reverse our warrior. Left palm turns up, reaching up into the air. Your angle of the reach might be slightly forward. It could be straight up, even slightly behind you, where you kind of get this side bend, back bend feel. Okay? And some breaths perhaps into the left side of the body. Good, nice extensions there. Breathing in, ready to move. And our exhale for the big windmill to bring the hands down to the floor in front. We'll step back into plank pose, same sequence. Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog or cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Make it a nice stretch and lengthening here, just for a quick one. And then hands and knees, tuck toes, hips to sky, down dog. And again, lengthening through the spine. Take a couple breaths. Let's come to the floor. You're going to bring your knees to the ground. Let's sit back briefly in hero. Off to the side. Bring the legs around to the front here. Let's take a bridge pose. So sitting in the center of your mat, rolling down onto your back. Drawing your knees into chest. And adding movement here as it feels good. Might be a rocking sensation, left and right, forward and back, circles. I usually do a little figure 8 movement here. Even a little hip opener if you want to take the legs wide, take a little stretch in the inner legs here. Again, just any movement that might feel good. And eventually we'll set the feet onto the ground, preparing for bridge pose. So a nice connection to the earth. Breathing in to fill up your lungs. Exhale, root into the earth with the feet, core connection, and float the hips up into the air. Yeah, even using your arms to help the lift of the upper body. If you bend your arms so they're at 90 degrees, press down into the earth with the elbows and triceps and shoulders even. Yeah, to feel that lift. Okay, deep breathing here. So just some opening through the whole front side of the body. So again, a very active pose. And certainly a counter pose to forward folding, forward bending. Good. 2 more breaths. You've got it. And when you're ready to move, maybe just wiggle the feet forward a little bit. Extend your arms straight up into the air to make space in your lobe or your whole back. And then roll your way down to the earth. And once you've landed, yeah, extend your legs out front. Reach your arms behind you. Reach and stretch. There you go. Another nice active movement and stretch. And then bring knees into chest. Start to rock forward and back. Enough energy to rise up to seated so you can come to boat pose. My boat pose is going to be very modified today. So flexing the feet, my heels are going to be on the floor today, so you can certainly lift. Hold on to the backs of your legs. My hands are on the floor. Nice extension. Breathing to get that spinal extension. Exhale, draw belly in. Okay. See if I can talk you through this. Holding on to the knees. If your hands are free, go back to holding on to the knees here. And notice that your knees are aligned with one another here. What you're going to do is you're going to extend your right leg, hinging at the knees. So the knees are still aligned. Extend the right leg and then point your toes. Okay. Then we're going to flex, bend, and we're just going to do the other side. So we extend the left leg. That's as far as it's going, John. And then point toes. Flex, bend, okay? And go ahead and bring the heels to the floor. If you need to scoot back to extend the legs, you're going to a staff pose. We're going to take this into a forward fold. Okay? We'll be holding this fold for quite a bit. So even if we hold it long, doesn't mean you have to hold it the entire time. If you need to soften it or even come out of it, please do so. But let's start with staff pose. So straight legs, flexed feet, hands on the floor by your hips. Just push into the floor to help extend spine, just to get that energy, through the body. You might even roll the shoulders back, a little squeeze of the shoulder blades together behind you to engage your upper back. And don't forget to engage your core. Okay, keeping that energy of the tall upper body. See if you can now extend the arms up into the air. Breathe in. And exhale, start to hinge forward a little bit. And bring your hands down to the shins, right there. Inhale, keep extending through the spine. Exhale, you might even step the hands down the legs and folding a little bit more. Okay? And just pause for a moment. Maybe the legs are still relatively straight. Maybe your back is relatively straight. And just notice that. But this can change, certainly. If you would like to go further without compromising or stressing the body here, put a nice bend in both knees, round the spine, even lower your chin. You might be able to walk down the legs a little further if you want. You might be able to reach your toes. Okay, but again, all optional, but really listening to your body. Deep breaths. So just talking a little bit about the physical benefits, but also some of the energetic benefits of forward folding. Of course, we get the nice hamstring stretch when we do forward folds, so lots of legs, yeah? But with the curvature of the spine in forward folds, we're stretching the back, okay? The muscles along the spine, they're out the back. Okay, but forward folds are also an act of bowing. Bowing. Okay, even I like to think of it as a way of honoring yourself, acknowledging yourself. all your strengths and traits, characteristics, accomplishments. And forward folds are also just a way to go inside of self, to hide, to hibernate, to speculate, to think. Okay, any way you internalize, just go inward. It might be through your head space, even heart space. 3 more breaths. You're going to release the hands, extend them forward. Then inhale, hinge your way back up, or even roll your way back up. That's fine. But then eventually extend the arms up into the air. And exhale, just bring the hands down to your side, but eventually behind you so you can kind of lean back, bend your knees so you can get out of this hamstring stretch and bring the feet together, so cobbler's pose. With the hands behind you, maybe with the fingers pointing back behind you. Just going to do a little back bend. So just roll the shoulders back. Push into the ground with the hands. Tip the chin up, not too high, but feel the heart lift as well. Okay? Just an opening of the body since you're in that forward fold for that period of time. Just a little heart opener here and hip opener. Good. Two more breaths. You can lower your chin. Just adjust your hands so you can just lean back, bend the elbows, bring the knees together. Return to a boat pose just for a transition, okay? So you can lift the feet or not. We're just going to breathe in, getting ready to move. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or even to the side so you can swing the legs back behind you. Just arrive in plank pose. Take the opportunity to really feel the extension of the entire body. Of course, the strength in the body. And take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, send your hips into the air. Down dog. Good. Okay, you're going to breathe in. Extend your right leg up behind you. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Let's go to a high lunge this time. So left heel will remain lifted. Do find that center, yes, of the body so the hands are light so you can hinge your way up, reaching into the sky. There you go. So reaching high, lunging low. Don't forget about your center. So even though you're in this lunge, you want to feel like the legs are squeezing in towards each other, like you're holding onto a block between the knees here. We're going to hinge forward about 45 degrees. Keep reaching out through the hands. Even that back heel feels like it's trying to plant into the earth, just as an anchor for the moment. And then release that weight from that back heel, shift forward into front foot so you can step forward into chair pose. Just step forward into chair pose. And then just stand up tall. Maybe a slight back bend by opening the heart, lift the chin slightly, and then swan dive. All the way back down towards toes. Monkey pose or a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat, hop or step back, plank pose. Okay, and just go ahead, just take another shortcut to down dog here if you'd like. Nice, you guys. Once in down dog, ready to move. Inhale, extend left leg up straight and strong. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. It's high lunge on this side. Right heel stays lifted. Feet are about hip distance apart. All 10 toes pointing forward. Reaching high, lunging low. Hug to center. It's your legs, it's belly, it's even your arms. Maintaining this nice centering appeal of the body. We're hinging forward about 45 degrees, extending, but that back heel is keeping us anchored. And we release that anchor, release the weight so we can shift forward into that left foot, step forward. Here we are in chair pose. We'll stand up tall, reach up, tip the chin up, little standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Back down we go. Monkey pose, long flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. You can go right into down dog or even throw in that child's pose again if you'd like. You might even pause there, okay? And arriving in downward facing dog. Back down to the floor we go. Bend the knees. Sit back into hero briefly off to the side. Swing the legs around to the front. Just a quick staff pose. Hands on the floor here. Press, lift, so you have a nice straight spine. Flexed feet for strong, straight legs. Just for a moment, just to energize the body. Okay, and you can soften. We're going to Janushasana, or head to knee pose. It's just another forward fold. We're going to bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the inner right leg, ideally up at inner thigh, but if you need to slide it down lower, that's fine, okay? I like to I need to resit, just get my hips in the right spot, and my sits bones. Okay, and then the right leg's extended. Now, if this left knee doesn't touch the floor, because it certainly doesn't have to, maybe you've got a block or something to place underneath it if you need it, okay? And then as you're ready, inhale, extend the arms straight up into the air. Exhale, start to slowly hinge forward. Take your time. It might be incremental as far as coming down and how far you get down the leg towards the toes, or how deep the fold becomes, okay? So just take your time with that. We won't stay as long as the two-legged forward fold, but some time here to experience the same sensations of the lengthening leg, the curvature and stretch through the spine and back, but also we have a hip opener, okay, because of that left leg out to the side. All right, 2 more breaths. After the second breath, release, free hands. Inhale, hinge from hips, rising up nice and tall. Exhale, bring the hands down. Again, maybe slightly behind you, lean back. We're going to lift this left knee. Maybe slide the foot forward a little bit, slide the right foot back, resit, another boat pose, okay? Holding on to the legs, as you did earlier, and then see if you can extend both legs and point the toes. Flex, bend, inhale, get tall. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose. Just going to go through a Vinyasa. This is pretty typical for an Ashtanga practice. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, or throw in that child's pose if you'd like. Then we're going back down to the floor. So you might just kneel down to take your seat, or hop forward, cross your legs, take a seat. Come back to, the legs extended out front, staff pose. Legs straight out in front, palms on the floor. Get all those nice extensions, form that nice right angle. Energize the body. There it is. Once you feel that, keep that energy, and then we'll bend the right knee, bring the foot to the inner left leg. Resit if you need to. And when you're set, inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, start to hinge and fold, even if the hands just land at your knee, okay? Remember, if that right knee doesn't touch the floor, bring in a block. Good. Breath. Feeling the physical aspects of the posture, but just the other energetic components. Okay, very different from like a back bend, a heart opener, where we are quite vulnerable and open. Okay, so the forward fold allows us to go inside, closing, closure. 2 more breaths. And releasing. Inhale, hinge your way back up nice and tall, arms up into the air. Exhale, hands to the floor, lean back. Let's come back to that boat pose. Lift the right knee, bend the left knee. Resit if you need to. Boat pose. And as you're able, extending the legs and maybe pointing toes. Okay, we're flexing the feet, bend the knees, cross legs. Hands in front or to the side, hands out front, hop or step back, plank pose. Finish the sequence as you like. Chaturanga Dandasana, modify it if you need to. Up dog, throw in that child's pose if you'd like. And right into downward facing. Once you're in down dog, maybe just a nice breath there to connect. You can even consider this a forward fold, okay? Breathe in. Exhale, bend knees, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Exhale, fold. Okay. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up, reach high, stretch, and then arms to your side. Good. Shake this out. Okay. Get a sip of water if you'd like. Now, we might need a block for this next little piece. Let's see if my body can do this today. Okay. So just watch and I'll see what I can do. So my knees, I'm just going to stand tall. Just watch me with a softness in the knees. I better do the other side. I'm going to shift my weight into my left foot, pick up my right foot here, little soccer kick, cross here, but high enough so I can actually grab hold of the ankle, okay? Flex the foot so you kind of create this little hook, okay? So a nice bend in that standing leg, okay? And the opposite arm, in this case it's my right arm, will reach up, nice lift. Exhale, start to fold, hinge, and you're making way down. For me today, maybe it's only here. That's where my body wants to go and stay. But if you're able, fold, use a block or two, okay? So it's just a forward fold, okay? But use that block if you need to, if the fingers don't touch the ground. Or very modify, where just a slight bend in the body. Okay, it could be something like this. Okay, so that's where we're headed. So block or blocks out front, mountain pose, softness in the knees. We'll start by shifting weight into right foot, root, nice and tall up top. Fill up the lungs, core connected, of course. We're peeling left foot up, lifting the knee, so maybe your thighs parallel to the floor. Mine does not at the moment. Or kick the soccer ball, cross ankle over right thigh. Or if you can't, oh my, hello. Grab the ankle. You flex the foot so you kind of got a hook. Be sure there's softness in this right knee. Left arm in the air. Inhale, good lift. Exhale, start to fold. This is where my body is going to go today. Okay, so my hand, this is my fold. Okay, that could be your fold. Maybe you're folding where you're bending to bring that left hand to the ground or the block. Yes, yes. There you go, yeah. Okay. Now, core connection. Exhale, engage the abdominal lock. Can you come back up? Oof. Okay, maybe that left arm back up into the air. Uncross, plant the foot. Take both arms up in the air just to help realign. Arms down to your side. Shake it out. Yes? Okay. Yeah, and that pose, as Ben was doing, it can take you to another posture. It can take you to a balancing posture if you want to take it there, onto your hands. Okay, back on both feet balanced, soft knees, shifting weight into left foot, root, nice and tall, core connected, peel that right foot up, flex the foot, thigh parallel to the floor. We're kicking the soccer ball, crossing ankle over thigh, or if you can, get a hold of the ankle, flex the foot. Okay, we'll take the right arm up into the air, inhale for the reach, exhale, start your fold. Okay. Modified like I am at the moment, or gradually, carefully going lower as you are able. Yep, use that block. Nice. Good, just a different style of a fold here. Wonderful. Okay. A good exhale to connect to core so you can hinge your way back up. Put a good bend in that left knee so you have thigh strength, leg strength to help you lift, core strength. Rise up, reach in the air. Okay, let's release that foot, uncross, plant. Both arms up into the air. Hold here for a second or two because we're going to keep it flowing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale again. Exhale, dive out of the seat, back down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening halfway up. There it is. Monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down, Chaturanga Dandasana, modified if you need to. Up dog, let's throw in our child's pose with this one. Okay, so from up dog to child's pose, stretch and length, and then downward facing dog. Yes, no rush. Inhale, extend right leg up into the air, bend and twist, open. Good. Unwind, step through, right foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one, back to our basic flow. Rising up here. Exhale, open to warrior two. We're going to reverse the warrior. Right palm flips up, reach up into the sky. Good extension, there we go. Breathe in. With the exhale, big windmill all the way down to the floor. Step back into down dog where the right foot will slide back and up into the air. So down dog with right leg straight up into the sky. Keep it straight. And then right foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. High lunge. All 10 toes pointing forward. That left heel's lifted, rising. There it is. Yeah, you've got it. Nice balance. Okay, we're hinging forward about 45 degrees. We're shifting weight into right foot. Enough so we can step into chair pose. Okay, listen, we're going to stand up tall. A little back bend here. We're going to swan dive. Make peace fingers. Lift the toes because you're going to hook those peace fingers around the big toes. Bend the knees more if you need to. Inhale, extend the spine, still holding on to the toes. Fold, gently, carefully drawing yourself downward until your forehead touches your shins. Yes. No? No. No worries. Release the toes. Rise up halfway, flat back, monkey. Back down we go, fold, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Okay. Take that nice back bend here. Child's pose from the back bend. Yes. Stretch and lengthen. Return to your down dog. Continue to feel that lengthening in the spine. Same sequence, other side. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Bend and twist. Unwind to step through. Warrior one, basic flow. Plant that back heel. Balance in the body, rise. Exhale, open warrior two. Reverse your warrior, left hand up. That left side body stretch. Yes. Here's our windmill to bring the hands down to the floor. Returning to down dog, so sweep that left foot back and right up into the air behind you. Strong straight line. Left foot to the top of the mat. Return to high lunge. Centering, toes forward, feet hip distance. High and low and centered, yeah? Okay, hinge forward about 45 degrees. Shifting weight into that left foot. Step into chair pose. Good, we're standing tall, extended mountain with a slight back bend, going to gorilla. So swan dive, bend the knees a whole lot, lift the feet, lift your toes, so you can slide your palms completely underneath the feet if you're able. Toes right up to the wrists. Yes. You can even extend the spine a little bit right there, and fold. Just notice the sensation in the shoulders, back, and legs. There we are, let's release it. Okay, slide the hands up the shins, extending spine, back down to the earth, fold, bend, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose, all the way through that same sequence, chaturanga, up dog, to child's pose. Stay in child's pose. Okay. You might start as an active child's pose, but then you can soften it if you like. Yes. Breath. Check in with breath. As you're able, breathe in fully into your back body. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, the back will kind of deflate, but also feel the belly draw in. In child's pose, often your forehead might be touching the ground. Third eye makes contact with the earth. Another point of speculation, tapping into knowledge. 3 more breaths. After the 3rd breath, slowly take your time. Return to hands and knees. If the knees went wide in your child's pose, you might even bring the knees underneath the hips. We'll stay in it's tabletop, but take cat and cow while we're here. So inhale, lift head and heart, little arch of the back. Exhale, round through the spine. Just flow through that as it feels right to you. Good. Finish the breath that you're on. Take 2 more. You'll sit back briefly in hero, sit off to the side. We'll swing the legs around to the front here. Okay, stay seated for a moment. We are going to roll onto the back, just watch. And you're welcome to take a leg extension, so you can just do a leg extension here, lying flat on the back, legs in the air. You can even come to a prepped bridge, bring a block underneath you, and then extend the legs. Okay? And if you do happen to sit on a block, kind of near the edge rather than the center, kind of on the edge a little bit. Because what you would like for it to do is allow the legs to kind of propel backward like that. Because we're going to go to a modified plow pose. And that might just mean the legs back like this, or bend the knees down towards chest or forehead. Now you certainly can go right up completely into a shoulder stand where your legs and hips go in the air. And that's gives you more space perhaps to move into a plow, but lots of variations, okay? So you can come down to your back and extend the legs, or use a block to sit on kind of near the edge, so the legs can go up, but can start to propel backward a little bit towards the back wall. And we'll just consider that our plow. Or if you are in shoulder stand, you can just bend your knees and bring your knees to your forehead for plow, or extend the legs back behind you straight for plow. Okay, so it's just another forward bend, really. I just want you to be mindful how this feels for you, especially if you are in shoulder stand to plow, which we're not using any other props to help support the neck and shoulders. So be listening, so listen to your body. And we won't be here too much longer. How about 2 more breaths? And then wherever you are, slowly, carefully, making your way back down to the earth. You make your way into fish pose, or any other back bend. You can do bridge again if you want, or even a wheel pose. But if you're able, fish pose, where you're lying flat on your back, legs long out in front, toes pointed, arms will be underneath you. You'll lie on top of your arm. They can be by your side. That works too. But underneath you, if you'd like, you're actually just sitting on your hands, palms down, pushing into the floor with the backs of your arms so your upper body lifts. And you arch your back. And the top of your head lightly touches the ground. Yes. There you go. Again, just a couple of breaths here. And if you happen to be in fish, you'll lift your head up off the floor, tuck your chin in toward your chest so you can lie back down, release your arms, feel that relaxation set in. Yeah, stretch this out if you want. Long legs out front, arms behind you, and then any other pose you'd like here. So you might draw the knees into chest. Feel free to move into a hip opener of choice. Feel free to move into a twist of choice, or any other movement or pose that your body would like at this moment. So another opportunity to really listen to your body and respond appropriately. If you feel complete, then just rest. Finding a position that is comfortable and relaxing. as you need to. Again, when you feel complete, just make your way to Shavasana or any other restorative position. Even though you're lying on your back, you can still think of this as an opportunity to move inward. Return to the awareness of your breath. And with this awareness, take 5 slow, steady breaths. Still moving inward, connecting. As you're breathing, also feel movement return to your body. A flow of breath, bringing movement back into your body. You're ready, moving as slowly as you can. Roll onto one side of your body, just moving into a nurturing pose. And from here, guiding your way up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall and proud. Your hands can just remain in your lap or bring hands to heart center. We'll finish with one more complete breath in and out. Nice. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste.